Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good day and welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, the 30th of July, 2020. And you know what? We're going to fall pretty soon. The stock market's going to fall. Everything is basically, and what's causing it is there's 52 million. This is what I hear. A number I hear is 52 million people are facing eviction. And this is just too much. It's too large, too big a problem. So what's going to happen is, unless something is done and done really quickly, we're going to fall. Now, how bad will it be? Now, this is a big question of mine, and it could be anywhere from a minimum would be something similar to the Great Depression. Now, that's if we get off easy. It could be a lot worse than that. And we're going to see basically a collapse. Now, picture in your mind, these people are rioting and things, in the cities and stuff. They're throwing bricks and stuff like that. Picture one of these people and picture them in the city setting. Okay? Doing their things. Tossing a brick or whatever, and screaming and yelling. Now picture that crowd, the same crowd, out in the middle of the country, in the woods, doing it. Just doesn't work, does it? Now, this is what occurred to me last night, and I was thinking, well, how bad will it get? It's going to get really bad in the cities because it works in the cities. But out in the country, if you're in the middle of the woods throwing a brick and yelling, it's nothing but an episode of the Trailer Park Boys on a Saturday night, It just doesn't work, So an awful lot of the civil unrest is going to be centered around urban centers and the city centers where there's a higher, denser population. And yes, I am expecting that because we're already having it in a lot of cities, But I'm expecting the mood of it to change when these evictions start to come through. One of the things that I think could save us somewhat is the fact that out in the country, it's law and order will probably be maintained and easier to maintain than it is in the densely populated areas of the city. It could get really bad in the cities, quite seriously, and that's because it does work in the cities they. I say work. I mean, it doesn't really work. It never really works to do these kind of things, but it's more of an environment that's more conducive to civil unrest is in the cities and in the densely populated areas where masses of people can gather together and but it's going to be bad because we got 52 million of these mortgages coming due, and they just don't have the money, they don't have the jobs, and jobs aren't coming back. Now they're going to offer a little bit of support, but I've been watching the markets very carefully, and the markets today have fell a little bit on the news coming out about the GDP. The GDP's off the charts. It's fell through the floor. We have no GDP anymore. Anyway, listen, let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here and take a look at what's going on today. We see the silver price struggling today. It's down $1.03, which is quite a large, significant drop for silver price. I'll tell you what. I do not know which way it's going to go when the market crash comes. We're going to have a market crash. When we start getting these really serious problems in the United States from all these people, I mean, you can only let it go you can only smooth this over so far. This problem with all of these people that's lost their jobs. You can only smooth it over so far before it finally starts to really ingrain itself within the economy, the problem. It's a huge problem. And it's just a matter of time for these markets, I think, that they haven't really realized the full extent of the problem that we're in right now. But they're going to. And, the markets will bottom when the Fed will rush in at a certain point, they're going to throw in the towel in the end, the Fed. And they're going to offer full support to the economy. Right now, they're trying to be a little bit, ease back a little bit and trying to see if the economy will pick back up again or whatever. And we're at the same time, we're going through this second wave, monster wave of this virus around the world. The virus isn't giving up. The virus is taking the world down. It's taking it down, bit by bit, step by step, and there's no sign of any relief from this virus right now. And honest to gosh, guys, things are going to get bad, really bad, over the next few months. Heading toward the end of this year. All the fall, I think the fall, starting probably here in August, things are going to get really bad around the world. This is going to be the worst dire situation that I think we've ever faced in our life. And even in our parents' lifetime, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before. This is massive. And it's going to start to really be felt. Now, I know a lot of people live out in the country right now. They don't see much of it. They just see it on the news. The effects of it are going to start to be felt all the way through, even if you live out in the country, soon. This is bad, really bad. I've never seen anything so bad. Anyway, the silver price today is at $23.20. You know, listen, guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm not sugarcoating it for you guys. We're in a serious crisis here. This is the worst thing we've ever faced. And it hasn't really exploded into something that we can't handle yet, but the virus is not relenting, and it's pushing us there. Anyway, it's bad news. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. It's bad. It's really bad. Let's take a look at cryptocurrency today. 323 billion. Cryptocurrency actually didn't take as hard a hit with the stock market moving down a little bit that gold and silver did. But the Bitcoin price did take a little hit. It come down from 11,000 to 10,992, which is almost 11,000. And we're looking at $57 Litecoin today. It was 55. Litecoin's going up. It's one of the few coins that's going up in the top coins. Now, Litecoin right now's position is number 7, which is quite high in the positioning. Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV are ahead of it. XRP and Ethereum are ahead of it, but they got bigger market caps right now. Litecoin, if the price moves up, its market cap can double and triple and quadruple. I think Litecoin, in my mind, is the right coin, next to Bitcoin. Those are the only two coins I really hold any amount of. I got a few things like a little bit of Dash or whatever, you know, and a little bit of just like $5 worth, you know, of these other coins, but nothing in any amount, you know. The only coins I have any amount of is Litecoin and Bitcoin, because those are the two I like. Those are the two coins that I think are the best. And those are the two coins. They're going to run on the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network's going to be established, you know, and it's going to be something else when it gets established. It can handle millions of transactions a day at a high TPS, transactions per second speed. Anyway, let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average today. It's down 303 points. It was down over 400, 26,235. I gotta hurry up and finish this show. It's getting raging hot in here. I have to turn the air conditioner off and it's hot. It's 32 degrees outside. So I can feel the air in here heating up as I'm doing. I'm going to start sweating in about 2 seconds. So I got a little window air conditioner. Oh, I'm so thankful I got that this summer. I sit right in front of it. Boy, gosh, it's so hot. I never seen such hot spells. We must have had 30 days now, or 40 days of heat wave so far this year. Maybe 40 days of heat wave. And, you know, generally here in New England, the temperature doesn't get above 30. You know, generally 28, 29 is as high as it'll get in the summer. We've had it like 31, 32, 33 day after day after day. You know, it almost feels like when I used to live in Florida. Anyway, Dow Jones 303 points down today. Let's take a look now at crude oil. $40.02, and it's down $1.25 or 3.3%. Let's take a look at U.S. Treasuries. Now, this is interesting because we see all the yields falling on the Treasuries all the way across the board. I'm going to tell you what. Nobody in their right mind out there is buying these Treasuries, investors, right now, because there's no yield. I mean, you might as well, you're investing, first off, right off the get-go, you're investing in a bankrupt entity. They're too far in debt. They'll never get out. They're bankrupt. Treasuries are all bankrupt. And they're going to be one of two reckonings for these treasuries. One reckoning would be as if they went ahead and defaulted on it all. They're not going to do that. The other reckoning is that they're just going to keep printing the dollar until it's worth nothing. And then the treasuries are worth nothing. Either way, they're worth nothing. They're going to be worth nothing. So you're investing in something, and in the end, it's going to be worth nothing. Quite literally. And these yields are only falling on these treasuries because I think they're buying the whole yield curve. The Fed is, and they're hoping that that's going to solve this problem by lowering interest rates. Interest rates are already at the zero bound. What, are they going to go negative? That'll destroy the whole system. Honest to gosh, I'm telling you, they need to pump the money out there to the people instead of focusing on buying treasuries and stuff like that. They need to get the money in the hands of the people because the people are the ones who move the money into the general economy and improve the economy. And we could make it through this virus so much easier if they just open up the pocketbook and support the people. People need the support, not the treasuries. Buying treasuries isn't helping. Lowering the yield curve isn't helping because nobody has any money to borrow money with anyway. Nobody's borrowing anything, and the banks aren't lending. So they ain't going to improve the economy. Let's take a look. The only ones the banks are lending to, and they're lending it to at these low rates, and so it's like free money, is the big fat cats. They give them as much as they want. Here's the J.P. Morgan, Jamie Dimon. Here's $50 trillion. Go out now and buy whatever you want with it. And they just shove it in their bank account, which grows bigger and bigger and bigger. It's all like a game, and the game's just going to turn over. The house of cards is going to fall. It's going to fall. Okay, 93.33 on the U.S. dollar index. Florida smashes the record, COVID-19. For the third straight day, a second wave spreads in Europe and in China. This is very bad news. And this is the reason why everything's starting to turn down. Things was going to turn down anyway. We were going to have the greatest depression ever. But it was going to take a bit longer to get here. This thing has just triggered it quicker, Thank you guys for listening. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys on the next show. Bye-bye.